Man, if you guys think you're having a bad Thanksgiving, you're not Ray J. Ray J is narcissist hell. He's so annoying. This is pretty shocking though. I don't know how he's been behind the scenes for a long time. You've been seeing this little back and forth with Kim and them, but she seems to like these like really terrible men I would never be with. But he's been going on these things. He's been acting weird and saying crazy stuff. And none of us in the public know what the hell. But this is pretty in your face. This is scary. He pulls out a gun. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm cooking and I got up late. I just been kind of like, I've been under a lot of stress for like the last week. So I feel kind of, I don't know, not sick, but just, you feel a little off. I don't know. Hopefully nothing else is going on. But Ray J arrested after pulling a gun on his ex-wife, Princess Love, and threatening to shoot a man in shocking live stream. Yeah, he's like live streaming. They show the video. Watch the video down there. I'm not even gonna play it again. I'm so And he just like pulls out a gun. He's sitting at his little desk thing, and he pulls out a gun. He's like, "Ain't nobody gonna." He starts getting all punk and crap. And then the mom comes in, and I don't know. Everybody seems a hot mess in here. He's calling her drunk, and then she said she's not driving, so allegedly she probably was drunk, and then she's getting the kid. But that does not okay what's going on here. Because if there was a major issue, then why doesn't he just call the cops, right? It's like someone's like nabbing my kids. I mean, I don't know what the hell. But then I guess he threatened to shoot another guy. He's crazy. That poor little girl, she needs to be removed. This is awful. He pulls a gun out and the kid's there. And TMZ broke the news of the arrest. And then they got the jail records. And then the outlet said Norwood was booked on charges of making criminal threats. And his bail was set to $50K. The arrest came after the rapper went on a tirade during a Twitch live stream early Thursday morning. And he said it was the worst Thanksgiving in the effing world. And he claimed someone was trying to take away his children. At one point during the stream, he appeared to load a handgun on camera before vowing to keep his kids at home. In my own house, and in these, a step foot closer to the door, and I'm gonna blow this effing, away, bro. I don't give a F, bro. Leave me and my kids alone. Eventually, Love 41 walked into the home and said that she was taking their children, Melody 7 and the son 5. Okay, Love and another woman appeared gathering kids, but Norwood accused them of being drunk. Drive drunk, princess. Want to take my kid, you and your drunk cousin, because y'all drunk as F and alcoholics. Take my kids then. Go ahead. Honestly, if somebody thought there was an issue with this, then they would call the cops, right? I mean, typically, you would just be like, if they go out there driving, then let the cops arrest them and then make sure the kids are safe, right? Love then could be heard saying that Norwood was pointing a gun at her and called him a woman abuser. The group got into a heated argument, and another man outside of the frame could be heard piping up and trying to calm the situation. The other man urged Norwood to chill, but the rapper screamed, "I'll kill you, bro," and appeared to get in a scuffle off camera. Look at that's Ray J right there, man. That stuff's crazy ass. He's a Diddy pal, though, so that's how they all act. They're like, we respect women. Yeah, let's see. But what's worse in this case is them acting this way in front of children. It's really bad. It's actually really bad. I didn't like this as a kid when my parents were fighting. It was always like you get really nervous and you get anxiety from it because you don't understand it. And towards the end of the stream, a child could be heard crying and police appear to enter the home. Yeah, of course. I would be crying my ass off too because they're all fighting and crap and kids are all scared. They don't get it. And then it's dysfunctional. And somebody could have died here. How horrible. So according to the arrest record, Norwood was arrested just after 4 a.m. and was booked at 6:38 a.m. The U.S. Sun has reached out to Norwood agent for comment. Norwood, who is the younger brother of actor singer Brandy, has been in an in and off again relationship with Love for years. They were married in 2016 but filed for divorce in 2020. However, the two were seen making out in public earlier this year. I would say that if you go back, you're an idiot. I mean, for real. No, I mean, and he must have always been like that. I'm not gonna be so there was some stupid idiot with this bullshit going on. He's got his little, it looks like, I don't know what type of gun that is. I wanted to bring this up really quick because this actually made me happy. But one issue with this, America doesn't see it as a crime in particular and a specific crime, and they do not take the data on it. And I was actually trying to, look into all the cases of, violent women, because just because it says femicide doesn't mean that women are not part of that crime. They are heavily part of that crime. Women killing other women. You'll see it in cases from rape victims, actually. That's actually a big one. Or somebody being with their man, or their man doesn't like them anymore, and the man starts going after the woman. And a lot of times even the female doesn't even know, like, they even had a woman. Like, there's just a lot of things, but those type of crimes, and it's actually caused by the church. Let's keep it out there. It's caused by the Catholic Church too. So when you push that type of ideology out into the public, it creates quite a hot mess, right? So like when I came out about all our sexual abuses, and the first thing is a bunch of women coming after me and talking shit and wanting to get violent. That's how femicide happens. For our state of California to throw survivors in the street and be a pile of shit trying to kill us doing that, because that's where it's going to land. That is an act of a person that would commit femicide. That's sort of done in a way where they could sit there and say they didn't do it. Rape is part of that mentality for femicide, by the way, like just all of it. They do have, I'm sure there's a different term for it. I'm calling it manocide. I'm sure there's a term for it when they do it to males, males on males. The statistics are not looked at properly, so they'll just like throw it off as like gang violence, or but like what they do with femicide, right? They're like, oh, domestic violence, something, something, but it's actually like direct target of their hatred of women, or the way that, just, it's not even generally about even just hatred of women. It has to do with their mental health issues and their ideology. There's a lot of things to that, and they're narcissists. These women are narcissists too, doing these type of crimes. They have mental health issues. But yeah, there's male on male version of this, and it's pretty bad. And then they consider it being tough, but it's actually the same thing. Like, they do it to themselves, but then they also do it to us. So right now I'm trying to push this forward, and then I didn't know Italy was going to do that, but it wasn't America. But that's good. That was a positive that I read today, this morning. And America needs to do that, and we need to focus on women being violent against us, and understanding how they're raising these shit sons to begin with. And they are very much part of the problem, and that needs to be brought forward. So it can't go all the way to one pendulum to the other, because that's actually not what's going on. It's actually women being piles of shit to their own kids, or, or something that they're doing, that ignorantly doing, and teaching them, in which this kind of crap comes out, and disregarding their mental health issues. And then when we come forward, they actually pick that up in the environment when they're being hella shitty to me. And so it just promotes, the conduct, and then to promote something like femicide. It would, because they're teaching them that we should shit all over me and throw me in a gutter, and send me violent messages through Google, which, by the way, some dude from Google got literally outed for being a pile of shit again. But, oh, and to my followers, I actually found a tech error on YouTube, because they're a bunch of morons. I've been screaming at another company too that screwed up my income for the holidays, and what can I do, right? What can I do? I knew that company for about 20 years. I've never ever had a blowout with them. I have never had a blowout with them. I'm just like, oh, it was so bad for like 6 days straight. And it's tech. It's the tech team. So on YouTube, when I thought there were some things where I thought it was because of my comments. Well, I was taping last night, and I was trying to ask this guy when this video was put up. I don't know if he's going to respond to me or not. But then I was trying to point out a couple of things on the video that was making me question the date when it was actually taped, just because the date that they put it up. Sometimes these YouTubers, you guys, when we're looking at cases like the David case, whatever, they have actually taped those things like months prior. They sometimes, because they're backlogged, like they pre-plan their work and then they edit it and then they put it out in a sequence, like in the future. So when I'm looking at it, I was like, oh, well, he didn't do this yet. And then when they're talking, it was totally obvious that it wasn't in that time frame. And then something was missing. And I go, oh, wait, what's the date of it originally, though? Because maybe they'll help us out with the narrowing this timeline down. And when I was typing it, I posted it and then it started disappearing. And I go, there's no way that guy on the channel is deleting it. And it's happening right away. So it's the system. I know when the system does it. So then I reposted it again. The system did it again. And I'm looking at it and I'm staring at it. I taped it like right as I was doing it. And that guy might sit there and go, what the hell's their problem? Because every time I post, it'll show on their screen thing. Like if they go check their posts and the responses. And so it may show a tank of things and he's probably like, what the hell's her problem? I don't know, but I was actually taping it if he even like checks this out. I was trying to figure out which portion of it is the tech error. Because I thought, well, is it where I'm putting the numbers to look at the video? Because it shouldn't do that. You're supposed to put the number of the video and you click on it and it goes right to the video at that time limit, that time portion. And yeah, I'm cooking and I got clocks going off. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna hurry. So anyways, I finally figured it out. And what was happening was, because I'm such a terrible, in my grammar and my typing, that if I don't put a space between a sentence, it deletes the whole freaking paragraph. Can you believe this? That's a check error from YouTube. So I think what it's doing, like you could just put a word and then you put dot, period, sentence, and then you start your next sentence. Well, some of us do not care about that. Apparently their check thing is like programmed to think, it might be thinking it's a link to a website. I don't know, but it did something where it shows it's connected together, like a link to go somewhere else. But I didn't do that. It does it on its own. That is a major tech error and they should F off and fix that. That was annoying because I had been having that happen a lot actually. And I couldn't figure out. I'm sitting there staring at it going, there's nothing I said that is bad. Why is it deleting? Well, those things right there are not directly because of anything I said. It's because they're an idiot and they have tech errors that they don't want to fix. And they want to go target external, maybe they want to target external linking something. They might think it's something else, but it's totally wrong. It shouldn't do that. Like, it's just a nonsensical thing. It's like, oh, you didn't put a space between the next sentence. So we're going to delete like 10 sentences that you wrote on a paragraph that was really thought out. That was, oh. And you don't know what's happening, you guys, because most people, when they type their comment, they usually leave the page. Like they watch the video, leave a comment, they move on, right? I'm sitting there camping out because I've seen this in my face. So you go back and forth on the top comments, new comments, top comments, new comments. Do it a couple times and all of a sudden you'll see it go, boop, it's gone. It's gone like the wind. They got it doing that. YouTube is a pile of shit. Anyway, happy holidays. I gotta go baste my turkey. I'll be back later.